Welcome to this lesson on the ozone layer and stratospheric protection. The ozone layer serves as Earth's invisible shield, protecting all life from harmful ultraviolet radiation. In this video, we'll explore what ozone is, how it forms, the discovery of the ozone hole, the role of chlorofluorocarbons, or CFCs, in ozone depletion, and the global efforts to protect this vital atmospheric layer. Ozone is a molecule with the chemical formula O3, meaning it consists of 3 oxygen atoms bonded together. This makes it a triatomic form of oxygen. Ozone appears as a pale blue gas and has a distinctive sharp odor. The majority of Earth's ozone is concentrated in the stratosphere, specifically at altitudes between 15 and 35 kilometers above the surface. This region is commonly referred to as the ozone layer. Ozone exists in a dynamic equilibrium through natural formation and destruction processes. Formation occurs through the Chapman cycle. When ultraviolet light strikes regular oxygen molecules, written as O2, it splits them into individual oxygen atoms. These free oxygen atoms then combine with other oxygen molecules to form ozone, O3. Natural destruction also occurs when ultraviolet light breaks ozone back into oxygen molecules and atoms, or when oxygen atoms collide with ozone molecules to produce 2 oxygen molecules. This continuous cycle maintains a stable ozone concentration under normal conditions. The ozone layer performs several critical functions for life on Earth. First, it absorbs 100% of harmful UV-C radiation, which has wavelengths between 200 and 280 nanometers. Second, it filters approximately 90% of UV-B radiation, with wavelengths from 280 to 315 nanometers. Both types of radiation can cause severe D&A damage. The ozone layer also helps regulate stratospheric temperatures and protects entire ecosystems, including humans, animals, and plants, from the damaging effects of excessive ultraviolet exposure. In 1985, scientists from the British Antarctic Survey made a startling discovery: a significant thinning of the ozone layer over Antarctica. This phenomenon, commonly called the ozone hole, is particularly severe during the Antarctic spring season. At its worst, the ozone hole shows up to 70% depletion of normal ozone levels. This dramatic loss of ozone raised serious concerns about increased ultraviolet radiation reaching Earth's surface and prompted urgent international scientific investigation into its causes. CFCs, or chlorofluorocarbons, are synthetic chemical compounds containing carbon, chlorine, and fluorine atoms. A common example is CFC-12, with the chemical formula CCl2F2. These compounds were widely manufactured because they are extremely stable and non-reactive under normal conditions. They are also non-toxic and non-flammable at ground level, which made them seem like ideal industrial chemicals. However, this exceptional stability means CFCs persist in the atmosphere for 50 to over 100 years, allowing them to eventually reach the stratosphere, where they cause significant damage. Before their environmental impact was understood, CFCs were used extensively in many industries. They served as refrigerants in air conditioners and refrigerators, keeping our food fresh and buildings cool. They were used as propellants in aerosol spray cans, including deodorants and hairsprays. CFCs acted as foam-blowing agents, creating insulation materials and packaging foam. They were also employed as cleaning solvents for electronics and precision equipment. Their widespread use meant that enormous quantities of CFCs were released into the atmosphere over several decades. The destruction of ozone by CFCs occurs through a 3-step chemical mechanism. First, when CFC molecules like CCl2F2 reach the stratosphere, intense ultraviolet light breaks them apart, releasing highly reactive chlorine atoms. In step 2, these free chlorine atoms attack ozone molecules. When chlorine reacts with ozone, it produces chlorine monoxide, written as ClO, and regular oxygen, O2. In step 3, the chlorine monoxide reacts with free oxygen atoms, regenerating the chlorine atom and producing more oxygen molecules. This is the key problem. The chlorine atom is released to destroy more ozone. The ozone destruction process is particularly devastating because chlorine acts as a catalyst. This means a single chlorine atom is not consumed in the reaction. It is regenerated and continues destroying ozone molecules repeatedly. Scientific estimates show that one chlorine atom can destroy up to 100,000 ozone molecules during its lifetime in the stratosphere. Since chlorine atoms remain chemically active for decades, each CFC molecule released has an enormous cumulative impact on the ozone layer. This catalytic cycle explains why even relatively small amounts of CFCs caused such massive ozone depletion. In response to the ozone crisis, the international community came together to create the Montreal Protocol, signed in 1987. This landmark environmental treaty aimed to phase out the production and use of ozone-depleting substances, including CFCs. The protocol has achieved remarkable success. It has been ratified by 198 countries, achieving universal participation. Global CFC production has been reduced by 99%. Scientists now project that the ozone layer will recover to pre-1980s levels by the 2060s. Additionally, because many CFCs are also potent greenhouse gases, the protocol has prevented billions of tons of carbon dioxide equivalent emissions, providing significant climate benefits as well. The Montreal Protocol stands as one of the most successful international environmental agreements in history.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.